Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game here in the suite of the legendary father of Mr. Chase Hooper, Ben Askren. How have you been?
Good. How's my offspring doing these days?
He did pretty well yesterday hosting 4 UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, he did a decent job. I mean, the one gimmick, I don't know. He kind of threw me under the bus a little bit, so I don't know that I'm appreciative of that. Maybe I'll
How so?
For a week. You know, the joke was at my expense, obviously. So I don't know if I appreciate that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll be talking when I see him.
Well, maybe he was just mad at you for grounding him before, but you raised him pretty well.
He'll get a stern talking to.
Yes, well, I do know you are here for Maycee Barber. She is fighting Roxanne Modafferi tomorrow. How's she looking through this camp and your expectations for her tomorrow?
Maycee's looking great. She's going to be fantastic tomorrow. I think it's going to be a very dominant win in a very quick fashion.
Do you see a title shot for her by the end of this year?
Yep, I predicted that. I thought by the end of the year she'll have a title shot. So I see it being one more fight. I see this fight. Someone like a Joanne Calderwood or Jessica Ai, somewhere in that range, and then the title fighter for that.
What has impressed you the most about her?
Self-awareness and her ability to pick up things really quickly.
Aside from coaching, how have you been enjoying retirement? Have you been hanging out with Brody Smith, Frisbee golf?
No, I hung out with Brody. Actually, Brody just signed a sponsorship deal with the disc golf company that I work with. So I actually messaged him today. I guess he's starting his disc golf career. Everything's going good. I've been busy. We opened 2 new wrestling academies. Well, we've formed them. They're opening this spring. Been coaching there. Been doing multiple podcasts and other things.
Staying busy though. But would there ever be a fight that would get you out of retirement?
I'm retired. You know, I never say never, because if someone said, hey, here's $10 million, go fight, it's like, okay, sure, why not, right? But who's going to offer me $10 million to fight? It's just not going to happen.
You never know, though.
You never know. That's why I say never. So I would just say very highly unlikely.
But when you reflect on your career, though, as an athlete, I mean, what moment has really been the turning point for you?
I don't know. What do you mean by turning point? Do you mean like the high point, or?
No, just taught you the most about yourself.
I wouldn't say it's one. It's one single event, right? It's been a journey. I really decided to be a serious wrestler at age 14, where I said I'm going to do year-round wrestling and I want to be great at it. And no one was doing year-round wrestling at the time. I just got a bug and I said I'm going. And so obviously worked my way up all the way to the multiple NCAA titles and the Olympic shot, and then deciding, hey, okay, I like this fighting thing. I kind of want to try that and see how that goes. And working too close to the highest levels of that also. Let's see, if there's one thing, I guess, you know, obviously I ended on a sour note, and it was like I never envisioned myself fighting to age 35. I mean, I thought probably 30, maybe even younger than that. And it was just I didn't get my opportunity when I wanted to, obviously, during my first free agency period. And I think that taught me a lot of patience, and that really taught me that life's not always fair, and you're not always going to get what you want when you want it. And so then when I did get my opportunity in November of 2018, and it wasn't when I wanted it, and I was already happily retired, it was like, okay, let's go. You know, I got to go do this. And obviously it didn't, and then things again didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. And that's part of life. So I think that's going to help me relate to a lot of the athletes I coach and the people I help later in life.
Yes, but speaking of athletes, for weight cutting, what do you think should be done to fighters who fail to make weight? For example, like today, Alexa Grasso misses weight by 5.5 pounds, and that fight's called off.
Yeah, I think it's a highly complex issue, because obviously in where I come from in wrestling, if you don't make weight, you don't wrestle. Yeah. You know, MMA is a business, and so they would rather keep those fights together rather than let them fall apart and just, you know, wipe them off the card, because there is a business to it. But I do think the punishments aren't quite harsh enough. I think they should be stiffer, and I think that would lead to less people missing weight. I would, if I were the boss, I would go to the one championship weight cutting system, where they don't allow water weight cutting, and I think that allows them to know way ahead of time. If people, it's simple, right? Whatever you walk around at, you can't cheat the scale by that much when you have to be hydrated. So it forces people to be on weight.
Lastly, what would you like to tell all your fans?
I appreciate the support in the last year. It's been a hell of a lot of fun, even though I didn't come out on the winning end a couple times. And I hope you guys keep following me, because I'm going to do some exciting things in the next handful of years.